In a special way, I would like to welcome you to this special edition in the morning with me, Paul Chikazingwa, talking about health issue. We are here once again in Israel, Tel Aviv. I would like to share with you as you are starting your day, how you can take care of your healthy, your body when it comes to good eating habits. We are trying to talk about good eating habits. We have been learning this since we are young in our schools, where maybe high schools, universities, whatever level that we learned. Even in our homes, our parents taught us how to eat properly, good eating habits. What am I trying to say? Good eating habits. No matter how best we have six food groups, no matter how best you can source them, you can prepare them, you can cook them. I don't know how best you are at cooking. If you can cook them also best, it can't be fully utilized in your body if you don't have good eating habits. What am I trying to say? We have a quite number of factors that we need to consider when we are eating. First one is when food is too hot. Don't eat food when it's too hot. Why? Because when you take food and put in your mouth, when it's hot, you can't chew properly. When we take food, we need to chew it properly so much that it can be mixed with saliva. Starch, or carbohydrates, digestion begins in the mouth with saliva amylase and also the physical digestion with our teeth. So we need to chew it properly, slowly, so much that it can be fully mixed with saliva amylase to start its digestion. So when it's too hot, you cannot hold it too much in your mouth, you just swallow it. When it's too cold also, you can't hold it into your mouth, you just swallow it, which is not good for your digestion. It means that digestion did not start in the mouth, whereby it's the best place to start digestion. So it's long. You're supposed to take moderately, not too hot, not cold. Another thing is that we need not to eat when we are too happy or when we are too sad, because the digestive enzymes, they're being suppressed. Central nervous system is connected to digestive system through vagus vein. So that vein, when you are oppressed or depressed, when you are too excited, it is being actually also interrupted, and the hormones which are good for digestion and food absorption, they are also being suppressed. So it's not good to eat when you're too happy or when you are too sad. Another thing is avoid eating between meals. What I'm trying to say is that when you take breakfast around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, the way our stomach is being designed is that we are supposed to take food like 7 o'clock. Digestion happens within 3.5 hours. After that, the stomach is supposed to rest for an hour, making total 4.5 hours. Now it's ready for the next digestion. So when you take food around 6 o'clock, you are going to eat maybe around 11 or 12. When you take around 12, you're going to eat around 5, 6. Eating between meals is whereby we take breakfast around 7, you see something around 10, you eat, around 12, you eat, around 1, you eat. This confuses your stomach. The way how our stomach is being designed is that when we eat, food is taken into stomach through esophagus. As we enter into the stomach, there are sphincter muscles which controls or avoid flowing back of your food from your stomach. Now, when food is being digested in your stomach, when you finish eating, you are not supposed to take anything till that digestion is finished. As time goes, the food take some samples down the stomach where there is sphincter muscles. When it before it opens to small intestine, duodenum and the ileum, before it opens down there is a sensors which actually take some food samples to sense if it's fully digested. So when it's fully digested, it opens so much that digestion should continue or absorption should continue. But when it's not fully digested, it stops. So think of you have eaten around 6 o'clock, digestion has started. As it goes to an end, you take another food. What is happening here is that it won't go down because it is being mixed with other food which are not fully digested. So it leads into fermentation of the already digested food, which is bad. That's why I'm saying that eating between meals is not good, which lead into development of gas, and your belly can be, like inflated with gas, which is not actually good. Another thing is like we need to eat our breakfast as a kings, our lunch as a queen, and our supper as a slave. So when you eat as a slave, your belly is actually empty. It's like you are fasting. That's why in the morning we call it breakfast, because you were not eating during night hours. In the morning, you actually feel the hungry. That is true definition of hungry. Not the ones that when you say, when I eat too much at night, I wake up hungry. It's not hungry. It's misinterpretation. Your stomach is actually very, very tired. It needs to rest. What you're supposed to do is just take water and fruits and some vegetables at least. But don't eat another meal because your stomach is tired. So eat your breakfast as a king. You eat full diet, full meal. It takes you maybe 5-6 hours before you eat. You eat around 12 again or 1. As a queen, not that much as the breakfast. While in the evening, take little or eat as a slave. This is good for your digestion. Another thing is like avoid spicy foods. Food which are too spicy and also which have too peppers. Pepper is good, but when it's too much, it's not good. Another thing is a fruit after meal. It's not every meal we are supposed to take fruit at the end. For example, there are other fruits which we can take before a meal. Oranges are good for the act as appetizer. They are appetizers. They revive our taste buds so much that we can enjoy our meal, and also it helps to absorption of food nutrients from the meal that we have taken. Now we call it food compatibility. There are vegetables, and in the middle there are grains, pumpkins, avocados, while on the other side there are completely fruits. Now fruits and vegetables are not supposed to be taken together. Fruits have sugar, less fibers, while vegetables have more fibers and less sugar. When you combine them, they ferment, which is not good. So fruit after meal, it's true, but they did not define how long after that meal. So when you take meal with vegetables, you're supposed to wait for an hour or 2 hours to take fruits. So fruit after meal, it's true, but then there's a time definite. We need to define time after that particular meal. If you mix it up, you end up producing gases into your stomach. And another thing is that, mind you, the fastest fruit to be digested is a papaya, pawpaw. So when you eat together with vegetables, it's going to ferment and cause damages into your stomach. So you have to be very, very careful when we are eating. Another thing is, don't take fluids when you are eating your meal. For example, when you are eating maybe sima, rice, or whatever that you are taking, don't drink water. Whether you are eating meat, don't drink water. Why? When you are eating, in the mouth, digestion begins, enzymes mixing up with food. When we swallow it, there's digestive enzymes, hydrochloric acid, pepsin, which are mixing up to form chyme in the stomach for us to to digest it properly. So when you consume water during that time, you dilute that amount of hormones in your stomach that are there to aid food to aid digestion. So don't take water with your meals, because for that particular food to be digested, your stomach has to reabsorb all those water molecules into the stomach so much that digestion should start. So these are just simple health principles or health tips that we can do when we are eating. Avoid too much sugar and too much salts. They will attempt you to eat or to drink water when you are eating, or when food is too oily, it attempts you to drink water. So this is bad. This is just some health tips that I just wanted to share with you today in this morning before I start working. So you were with me, Paul, Tony, Chikazingwa. Thank you for your watching. Bye.